I'm very excited for this team because
Mhm.
from what I understand, it's a fairly young team,
Yeah, very young side. Yes.
um, which is very cool. I'm excited to see sort of the spunk that they bring, but I also think younger teams are cool because I think in your late teens, a lot of girls sort of start to hit their stride.
Mhm.
So just to be there and kind of experience and watch that happen and be a part of that with them, I think would be very exciting.
On here on Sandy Bay Media for our first episode of 2022. I'm joined by Kylie Oxler, who's just signed for Galaxy United over here in Melbourne. So she's come from Pittsburgh, University of Pittsburgh over in America. And we're going to have a chat to her about who she is, her background, and her move to Galaxy. Welcome, Kylie.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Oh, fantastic to have you on here. Galaxy made a bit of a news with your signing. Are you excited to be joining the club?
I'm very excited. From what I've seen so far, Marina and Mario have just been so helpful to make this transition easy. So I'm excited to meet the rest of the team and get started.
That's fantastic. And I'm pretty sure the team will be feeling the exact same sentiments towards yourself. Well, without further ado, let's get to know a little bit about you and your background. So, how did you get involved in football?
Okay. um, so I think I started a lot of my younger years pouring most of my time into gymnastics. I didn't take soccer very seriously until high school. I started
Mhm.
playing at the higher levels. Um, and then I think when you're young, a lot of people um, see potential in you. And so what you want to do with that is act on it and kind of take it as far as it'll go. So yeah, I think the next step for me was college. So in high school, I started getting recruited, that whole process. And then I committed to the University of Pittsburgh my junior year.
Mhm.
And then I sort of had an unconventional experience. I didn't have the traditional collegiate athlete experience
Okay.
due to some injury. Um, a lot of times you don't see those things coming and they're uncontrollable. So that injury actually ended up cutting my collegiate career short.
No.
Um, but I think a lot of really cool things have come from that. So, um, especially this move and transition. So, I'm really excited to see sort of what happens next. I think flash forward to 2020, I medicaled 2019. So 2 years later, I sort of got roped back into coaching, and then some of the college players were coming back for summer. So I started playing pickup with some of those guys, and then they started a girls team for all the college girls coming back, just playing some 11s, getting game experience again throughout the summer, just to keep fit.
Yep.
And so I started playing and practicing with them, and I just had a blast. I think that was the thing I took more than anything. I love the game, and it's so much fun. And to be part of a team again was something that I think I missed. Because through the years, I like maintained training, but I didn't have that team aspect. So that was very cool. And sort of kept playing through the fall.
Okay.
And then the summer of last year, I decided to just reach out and find an agency and sort of got this opportunity in December. And that's kind of how I ended up here. So
Excellent to hear that. So, before we sort of dig deeper into the last couple of years, I just want to go back to your early years when you were playing for the college side. Obviously, looking at Randy, I'm going to butcher his surname, Waldron. Playing under Randy, so obviously he's got a wealth of experience, having spent close to 4 years with Houston Dash in the NWSL. I think I got that right. And obviously with the Nigerian national team and Trinidad Tobago. What was that experience like for yourself and sort of learning from that knowledge and experience?
So my freshman year was very shaken up. We obviously had a coaching change midway through freshman year. So Randy and his team came in and they were fantastic. I think a lot of time me in training I was either running or biking. So just trying to get back and recover from this injury. So I think I got to watch a lot more of the practices. So I think in watching, I was able to see a team really start to develop, and just a wealth of knowledge. Like you said, just being brought in was very cool to be a part of and experience, and just glean from. I think I learned so much more just from watching and hearing him. So that was obviously very exciting.
That's terrific to hear that. And yeah, I would just imagine being in that space. And one of the other things you mentioned a little bit earlier was that you got involved in coaching too.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think since I was 12, 13, I started training at this place, and through the years have just grown and love the relationships I have there. And my little sister now, who is 9, trains there. So I was back and doing online school here. So I was able to just be around, and they needed extra coaches. So I got back into that, and I love coaching. I think I can accredit some of that to Randy, just from watching. I just love that you can actually impart some of the game to other people. It's a very cool thing. So
Now that's excellent to hear that. Is this something that you sort of want to pursue a little bit later in your career, or even right about now?
yeah, I would love to coach someday. I've had so many great coaches throughout the years. So I definitely see that in my future. I would love to.
That's excellent. I know definitely Maria and Branko will definitely be able to help you out there, Galaxy.
Oh yeah, very excited for that.
And so just having a look at your college experience, so obviously you mentioned towards last year, you sort of started reaching out to agents and started to have a look at opportunities. What sort of attracted you to Australia and to Galaxy more specifically?
So one of the things about working with an agent is you don't really know exactly what's going to arise until it, comes to be. So I did particularly choose Australia just because I had been before and I love the country. I think it runs very similarly and for the most part to the US. So, being on my own for the first time, I was sort of looking for that just familiarity. And I'm also very in love with the surf culture. So that's another thing. And then Geelong, I just thought it was a great place to be just based on my conversation with Marina and Mario. They're just so helpful. In even the littlest things, I was just blown away at their hospitality. So I'm very excited to meet them in person and,
That's fantastic to hear that. And just speaking of Galaxy and year coming up, what sort of your goals for the year? So what sort of both on and off the field that you're trying to?
I think just start a career. I'm very excited for this team because from what I understand, it's a fairly young team.
Yeah, very young side, yes.
Which is very cool. I'm excited to see sort of the spunk that they bring, but I also think younger teams are cool because I think in your late teens, a lot of girls sort of start to hit their stride. So just to be there and kind of experience and watch that happen and be a part of that with them, I think would be very exciting. Yeah,
that definitely sounds like a very exciting time ahead. Well, welcome to Australia, Kylie, and I look forward to seeing you down here when you're down here officially.
Thank you. I'm excited. Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for your time and all the best for the rest of the year.